We have breaking news in the sport of boxing. King Ryan Garcia, or should I say Super Ryan. Today it was wild today in this fight against Duarte. Clearly, like I said, this has been a wild saga. It's almost seemed like it was a soap opera leading up to this bout. But nonetheless, King Ryan Garcia gets the stoppage in the eighth round. Now, some people are going to view this as controversial. I already heard Durate's corner discussing about protesting that. But, when you're in that position, knee down, you got the ref counting down. That's up to you to get up. He was at 9. He still was down, just trying to shoot up. So I mean, it was definitely not the best look, nonetheless. But Ryan Garcia, he gets the win, his first win with Derek James, new trainer, and he praised him highly after the fight. He shook Oscar De La Hoya's hand, and I saw that because a lot of people want to highlight all of the nastiness that took place. But I want to see if anybody's gonna highlight that handshake. It's Flight Sports. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe for more boxing news updates and more. I got Phonics in the house. Phonics, what's your thoughts on this fight?
Well, Flight, number one, winning cures everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gonna shake Oscar De La Hoya's hand, and he gonna praise Derrick James. He gotta win. Excuse me. I'm still not sold on him, man. He got a long ways to go. I didn't know who he was before Tank Davis, and I still don't know who he is after Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James is a decent trainer. He has a decent promotional team. So hopefully he'll get some more rougher and competitive fights. However, he did what he had to do. He went out there and he won the fight. So we can't get on him too much because he won.
I'm with you on that. Like I said, the fight was going back and forth. Like Durate had some bright spots. It was times where people thought that that Durate was winning the fight. In some form of fashion. I don't know. Pardon me, I meant to say Oscar Durate. But it was a definite formidable win for him coming from that fight against Javante Davis. What it was crazy. What do you think about in that situation when you got the referee counting down and you still down at 9? Isn't it up to the fighter to get up?
Absolutely. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now that referee keep counting, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Um,
Like I said, I think there's gonna be another situation because we've had a lot of fights, and we're gonna get into the guy who he called out as well, which I think is
and
gonna
I
be
was
an
gonna say,
entertaining fight. But
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was gonna say
yeah,
Duarte real quick, bro. Real quick. Duarte, I don't see him as a formidable opponent, especially after you come off the loss to Tank Davis. So this was basically a tune-up fight to get him a win. Yeah, I'm gonna say it if nobody else is gonna say it. This was a tune-up fight to get Garcia a win. You had to build his confidence. Good job, De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. You had to build this man's confidence because we know he was down in the dumps. He was taking a dump on y'all. He was taking a dump on everybody. So he got us when his confidence is back up. Now let's get some real competition. There you go, Flight. Sorry.
no, you good. Speaking of the real competition, like I said, I repeat, Ryan Garcia is coming off of a W tonight in the eighth round. He gets an eighth round stoppage. Live from Houston, Texas, the Toyota Center, the home of the Houston Rockets in the NBA. Ryan Garcia has improved his record to 24-1, no draws. And like I said, you talked about the big fights coming up next. A lot of people view this man. The man, he was very vocal on who he wanted. Afterwards, a lot of people, try to discredit this guy. But at the end of the day, the man that he called out is the champion at 140. You got to pay the utmost homage. Rolando Rolly Romero was called
Oh,
out.
Jesus Christ.
By King Ryan Garcia. And I think this
Jesus
is a
Christ.
major money fight. A lot of people might. I don't know how the fight gonna look, in the ring, but I know that this is a big money fight. A lot of people underestimate Rolly, but at the end of the day, he is the WBA World Super Lightweight Champion, 28 years of age. What is your thoughts, Phonics, on a potential bout? Because Ryan Garcia said he wants Rolly next. He made that very clear. Are you excited about that fight? And what's your thoughts on the potential bout between those two?
Like you're not gonna bait me to curse on your show. So no, no, I'm not excited about the flight. Rolly is another joke. He's another victim of Javante St. Davis, and for them two to fight is comical to me. I don't care who wins. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys are trying to get their careers back together, and it's comical. Now, will it sell tickets? You're absolutely right, Flight. Me and you gonna talk about it, and we'll watch the fight. But at the end of the day, I can't take them serious. I can't do this, man. Rolly is not anybody's serious contender in any weight class. He's just not, man. He's just not. The trash that he talked, and not even Javante Tank, that his last fight, he looked it bad. He looked it real bad, man. So I don't know what we're doing here. Are we selling fights, or do we really think these dudes are real contenders?
I mean, like I said, it's gonna be tough to say, about who's a real contender, who's this, who's that. But like I said, it will sell tickets. These two some big names. Both of them viewed as big time social media sensations. Obviously, Rowley. Pardon me. Obviously, Ryan does his thing on all social media networks. But Rowley is a guy who's becoming, a guy that you want to stick the cameras in, the microphones in his face, and he ain't shying away from this fight either. Is Don't you think that fight will probably be the most easiest fight for him because I don't think Ryan is any match for Tiafimo Devin. Don't you think Rowley is probably the best bet for him to avoid potential opponents like that?
I absolutely agree with you, but at what cost? Is this moving your career forward or backwards? For the most part, the serious boxing community sees Rolando Rolly Romero as a joke. He's a joke. He talks a lot of junk that he can't cash the check though when it comes down to it. So a lot of us see him as a joke. We don't take him serious in boxing anymore. He's a clown. He's
Right.
embarrassing.
Both fighters were stopped by Javante Tank Davis. So that, like I said, that's huge, huge in comments.
Facts.
But
Facts.
yeah,
And both of them like never and like I said, we just seen this fight. This is Ryan Garcia's first fight since that fight with St. Davis. I don't still think he's fully recovered. Again, this was a confidence fight. This is a fight that you give one of your young fighters because you want to build it. That's what De La Hoya and them did. And yo, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting their motives. You got to keep
right,
your fighters confident. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You got to. Like I said, it's definitely seemed like he was a little shook up after that fight with Tank. He was going through a lot of issues. But do you believe that now the issues with Golden Boy is resolved, or are we going to see some more antics?
I think for now the result, yo, this is in any sport, like it ain't just boxing. Winning cures everything. You know what I'm saying? So when Ryan Garcia wins, Golden Boy Production wins, Oscar De La Hoya wins, the executioner Bernard Hopkins wins. Everybody wins. So everybody's in a good mood right now. Let's just see if Ryan Garcia can keep that because I have to blame him for the fallout. His team did not leave him. They supported him. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he didn't show up to that last fight, and that was a big fight that they put together. That was the biggest fight, and it might be the biggest fight in Ryan Garcia's career that we see. That fight with one Javante Tank Davis. They put that fight together, and he didn't deliver, man. I can't blame his team. They weren't in the ring. He was in the ring. He can change trainers all he want. The trainers weren't in the ring. He was in the ring. And your promoters damn sure ain't in the ring. And for the record, his promoters are both, you know what I'm saying, boxing, you know what I'm saying, aficionados, and they're in the Hall of Fame. Somewhere where he might want to hope to get one day.
That's
So
right.
I think he should slow down, man. But yeah.
Definitely. Slow down. It's Flight Sports. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe for more boxing news, updates, and more. Peace and love.